Dads worldwide. The first word in family management, family budgeting, insurance, bills, food, vacations, research and development, homework, emails, phone calls. Last week we tried to do an oil change and ended up with a new car. Security. Doors are locked, windows shut, house alarm is set. Fingerless gloves. Dads worldwide. Loyal listeners, possibly you.
Wow. Welcome to another episode of Dads Worldwide. We will make you laugh, might make you cry, most certainly somehow, some way. Try to make you a better parent. Thanks for the frontal, Tony. I am your most humble host, Brendan. Back with us, Captain Aviators, of course.
It is I, the 17-time Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast Champion, not Joe Felger, quadruple distilled, your blend master of ceremonies himself, an international sex kitten, and as you said, Captain Aviators, Tony fucking G. Back for another rousing episode. Hard-hitting facts, opinion, and all the importance of Dads Worldwide. Wide.
Yes, and the host of the Pop Culture Podcast and the brand new recipient of a website, possibly. More than no, wait, we're taking it. We're taking it back.
He's walking that back.
Oh, okay. It's Chris.
Hey, fellas. So I don't know if you recall, but we exchanged some messages in the chat. Our typical, hey, when are we going to record next? And I said, I'm not available until whatever, like May the 3rd.
Yeah, and then you fucking lied and you're here.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't a lie. Let me explain, Tony. So
okay, you can try.
I acknowledge today's not May the 3rd.
It's not.
It's April the 26th, at least at the time of this recording. Obviously, that has no bearing on when people are listening to this, but that's when we're recording this. So what happened is, as you know, I'm a professional comedian because technically I have been paid to perform comedy. Not very much. I haven't been paid very much, but I have been paid, which thereby makes me a professional.
Transaction occurred. Yes.
Yes. I was given money. I perform comedy for that. I perform comedy for that money. That makes me a professional. So
you
I was
paid to stop, but that's neither here nor there.
Let's not get caught up in the details. The details are unimportant. Some people say the devil's in the details. Not in this case. In this case, we're going to ignore the details. So I'm actually supposed to be on stage right this very moment. However, because I'm such a good guy, I performed this last weekend for money, and then we were chatting in my group with the comedy peoples that, hey, we got this other show coming up, but then they were like, hey, we're performing on the small stage because normally we have just enough, like 4 or 5 people. This time it was like everybody was available, so everybody wanted to perform, and they said no, because I kept saying, they were like, hey, do you need another person? And I was chiming in kind of out of turn because it's not really my show. I was like, yeah, you should come, and you should come, and you should come. And then the guy that runs the show is like, no, tap the brakes. We're on the small stage. We need to limit this to 6 people. Now, what he doesn't know is I perform on that very stage with probably like 8 or 10 people. So you can do it. It's not that big of a deal. But whatever, it's his show, so he gets to make that choice. So he said, no, we're going to limit it to 6. Well, that means that there's 2 or 3 people that didn't perform in the last show and haven't performed in over a month that wouldn't get to perform. So again, because I'm a stand-up guy, I said, I'm happy to let somebody take my spot. So that made me available. You're welcome, Vietnamese, to be here tonight.
Yes.
Well, welcome.
That might have been almost longer than a Phil rant.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Almost longer. Almost.
Yep, but not.
You did not plug enough things.
Infuriating.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Very much so. Yeah. And special guest, I had no idea was coming. He is the good Dr. Chicken.
Yes, Dr. Dad, if you will. I get to just like Chris gets to claim to being a professional comedian. I get to claim to be a doctor because I've given advice to people like a psychiatrist for probably 20 years. Like I'm like
Yeah.
beyond an MD. Like I'm like, holy crap. Like I could teach classes on this.
That's not the only reason you're a doctor. You've been giving
No.
me CPR for 20 years.
Damn right I have. I've been doing a damn good job. He's still alive.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
alive.
He's breathing.
Yeah.
And you know, with Chris's logic there, I think I could take on a couple other professions now that, you know, I think about how many things I've been paid for. I don't want to disclose all of those on this podcast because that probably wouldn't be appropriate, but yeah, more job titles to come that I might start claiming.
I really do need to add the fact that I'm a ordained minister to my intro, don't I?
You do.
I really do.
Yes,
True.
please.
Yeah. Okay, I'll work that in. Okay.
Dr. Chicken, I do look forward to the picture of you, you know, in that nice, beautiful red robe and healing people.
Yes.
On
it.
I'm a doctor.
Thank you. You know where I'm going with this. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah. Oh boy, that's going to be a beautiful picture. I wonder what Phil will think of that picture.
I think you should be healing Phil.
Oh my God, that's better. Like my hand on Phil's head. Yes.
Loving it. On it.
Folks, inside joke memes coming up that
I can't wait. I'll
totally
put the background with my euphoric look on, I'm sure. Yeah.
my disciples behind me.
Yes.
I mean my nurses.
Your nurses, yes, of course.
Because I'm a doctor. I'm not
'Cause
Jesus.
doctor.
I'm a doctor.
Jesus. Definitely not.
Well, then I also want to be in the background. I'm just going to be looking up words in the dictionary that Phil keeps saying.
That's gonna be too many pixels.
But no, happy to be here. It's been a while, so yeah.
It has been a while. And I was thinking of you, of course, and Tony. I had a
You're
friend.
always thinking of me.
Oh, yes. Well, constantly. Let's be serious. Every night, actually, about 11 o'clock. But we were talking about I posted,
Which sock is that?
you're,
Actually,
It's the one he's got an L written on left.
you're assuming there's only one. I posted something about Ruby Ridge. And
Yes, I remember that.
yes, and as I love my friend, she's wonderful. And she's actually quite I would say kind of she's definitely, you know, right-leaning, libertarian-esque. I mean, I don't know how she classifies herself, so but I think she's in that realm thing.
So she's one of those friends, not like a friend. She's a friend.
Well, I mean, she's a friend, and
I caught some of this exchange. You talking about the one on Facebook?
yeah, the one on
Mhm.
Facebook. But yeah, but like when she actually responded to it, and then it was just the complete government line that Randy Weaver was like completely at fault.
Yes.
I was like,
He
yeah.
was a white supremacist.
Yeah. Was it? He went.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
think I
was-
saw that one too. Yeah. I
Yeah.
saw that
yeah.
exchange.
So well, that one made me think of you guys, of course, because actually I think Chris and I were both on that episode, right? The redo.
Yes. Yes, you were.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and it had been a while since I watched it or listened to it, and then, you know, did the redo. And then, so I couldn't really remember everything, but I was just like, yeah, I was like, this didn't happen. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. Yes, he shoulder shotgun to someone he shouldn't have. But he was going to court when he was supposed to. Like, it was like, so, but yeah, it was so funny where she does think that way. She does not, I mean, she's like on the cusp of her, I think, libertarianism type thing. Like, I really do think she's there. Like,
But she trusts the government.
but, well, no, I think it's just like anybody, like you forget that like 30 years ago, they also lied to you.
Mhm.
They're lying to you now. Like, people know this, right? Like, they know that, like, oh, we don't trust those people. But yeah, like 30 or 40 years ago, they were also doing the same thing, but they could just get away with it.
Yeah, well, it was kind of like what was it? The SPLC thing came out. I don't know if we're going to talk about that tonight, but like the memes of that was like, hey, did you know that the SPLC was funding right-wing extremists to benefit lefty narratives? It was like they've been doing it the whole time.
The whole time.
Like, well, yeah, like I wasn't surprised to see it. I was surprised that it actually came out. Like, but like I've always thought that. I'm like, wow, this is really convenient. Like, but I still think that one's so underplayed. Again, I don't know if this is one of your main topics tonight, but like that SPLC thing led to the Charlottesville thing, which led to Biden being elected off of the hoax of the fine people hoax. Like
fine people.
this was a big fucking deal, and it all links back to the SPLC funding hate groups to stoke violence or at least stoke rhetoric or whatever they were doing. Now, I'm sure there was white nationalists there. There was probably some tons of bad people that went to that Unite the Right rally. But the fact that they were helping fund it, and then it led to this string of like Trump's a racist, whether you believe that or not, I don't really care. But like the narrative got built off of what happened in Charlottesville. A lady died as a result of all of this. This is a huge, and then Trump loses his election, I think mainly because of COVID, but the main platform Biden had was the fine people hoax is why he said he ran. And they still throw that line out there, the fine people, like there was fine people on both sides without sharing the rest of what he said. Like that's still a fucking thing today. And it blows my mind. And now we have financial, like potentially, like I'm assuming they have financial records that these people paid people to show up and do all this, or at least influence it. This should be with like the biggest fucking story right now, and nobody's talking about it. It drives me bonkers.
Chicken, I'm assuming you heard what the most thinnest defense ever of themselves was that they were paying informants.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That it was amazing how quickly the 180 knee-jerk defense mental gymnastics came out, because they're like, well, this group is like, it's trying to take these things down from the inside, and I can't believe that you would screw that up for us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck me.
All these groups. Yeah.
Master spin doctors, man. Spin doctors are crazy.
It is incredible. Like, if you don't like respect the liberals for anything else, you gotta respect the hustle when it comes to their ability to readjust. And
the only
do
person
mental
I know that
gymnastics.
can spin that way on the right is Phil.
Yeah, 100%. It is a talent. He really was born on the wrong side of the spectrum, huh?
I definitely respect the left's game. They've got very impressive game.
Yeah. But anyway, like, yeah, that just blows my mind that that's not a bigger deal right now, and that everybody's not talking about this.
Their survival depends on it, right? Because if there aren't those groups, then they don't exist. They don't exist.
That's right.
Yeah. They have to do that type of thing. Well, I mean, they don't have to. They could just claim victory and move on, but
they're not Donald Trump.
Yeah. Well,
I totally destroyed Iran 7 times.
I did it
7 times. I've conquered the Strait of Hormuz. We're gonna take care of the gays of Hormuz next, but the Strait of Hormuz is conquered. I've conquered it 4 times already.
They have no missiles left, sir. Israel's just hit 4 times. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well then now they don't have any missiles. Those are their last 4 missiles.
Elite done.
I'm gonna make them fire 3 more, and then they run out.
Oh, did you guys see what is his name? JP Spears? Is that what his name is?
Yeah, JP.
Yeah, he did a little video about him talking to himself about how the Iran war and how it's going, and they're like, oh yeah, they're totally decimated. And he's like, oh great, so this thing's gonna be over. Oh no. Like just
oh no.
Oh no. Yeah, he's like, what?
No.
Yeah, JP Spears caught so much shit. It was about 2 weeks ago. He stayed quiet for the longest time between like the TPUSA Candace Owens thing. He stayed quiet about, Donald Trump, Iran. Like he stayed quiet about a lot of stuff. And then all of a sudden he was like, fuck it. He come out and he's like, all this shit sounds weird, and he kind of like sided more with the Tucker crowd, and oh my god, they tried to light him on fire on Twitter. It was fun to watch.
I don't know who JP Spears is.
Oh, you'll know him once you see his face.
He's that kind of muscular, redheaded, like
I got
MAGA type guy that does like fake. He'll do like mock news stories.
Yeah. Oh no, that's not the right one. Come on, where is it?
Tony, I wish this was a visual medium because the picture you just posted is amazing.
I'll share that in a second. Hold on.
That's ridiculous in the best way possible.
I don't have my phone out. I'm gonna look.
Golly, man, you are an artist,
Oh my god, that is amazing,
isn't it? Goodness. Wow.
Oh god.
Tony. So Tony made a Mona Lisa with my face on it and gave me this big, huge frame. And I actually had it posted up above my bed for my wife to see one day to freak her out, just for fun. I might do it to this picture.
This picture deserves that treatment.
This is amazing.
That is
It's even got the Donald Trump the
hand.
He posted it.
He doesn't have tiny hands. He has healing hands.
I gotta share that. I gotta share
Hands
that
that
on
can heal the
fucking
sick, the
Facebook.
poor.
I really
yes,
want to
that's
apologize
perfect.
to our Vietnamese listeners because they deserve to see this.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Truly.
I don't get the joke. Do we have a lot of Vietnamese listeners?
Oh yeah. That turns out.
Yeah.
All right.
Every week, me and Tony do a amazing
That's
job
great.
of proving that this really is Dad's worldwide.
And it's okay. This isn't like sacrilegious because that's clearly not a religious figure. That's just a doctor.
No,
That's
obviously, what
clearly
Dr. Chicken?
That's,
Yeah.
There we go. I just posted it on our Big Buck and Empire Facebook page too, and just said I'm a doctor.
Oh my god, I cannot wait for Phil's reaction.
Phil will see that.
He was not really happy about the whole Trump thing.
No, he did not like that at all.
So here we go. Hold on. This is a JP Spears thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on.
He's pretty solid.
War with Iran is confusing me. Bro, the war is over. It's done. Nope. Israel just pulled us back into it. What's going on? We're getting all these conflicting messages. I can't even track what's happening. Dude, I've listened to everything. It's pretty straightforward. Explain it to me. And start with, why did we get into this war in the first place? So, in late March, us and Israel, so mostly us, started attacking Iran to eliminate their nuclear capabilities. Wait, what was that Operation Midnight Hammer thing about last June? That was strikes to eliminate Iran's nuclear capabilities, and that was a great success. After it declared Iran's nuclear capabilities are 100% gone. Okay, and then we started an all-out war in March to do the same thing we already did. Like, that already doesn't make any sense. Well, not so fast. Well, yes, but the strikes in March killed Iran's supreme leader. We knew that if you kill their leader, then you win the war. So total victory, case closed. All right, then what happened? Well, Iran started retaliating for some reason. Maybe because their leader was...
For some reason.
So the war didn't end again like we thought it would. Like, of course they would retaliate. Yeah, nobody saw it. But then, and get this, Iran escalated things by closing the Strait of Hormuz. That was a big deal. And then everybody around the world started freaking out about oil prices. Yeah. So at this point, we're just really in the war. Can't stop even if we wanted to. It's awful. But here's the good news. On March 15th, Trump announced, we have won. It's a total victory. Well, that's good. And then what happened? The war continued. Oh, but a total victory. It's more about the journey than the destination. Because at the time, Iran was negotiating with us on a ceasefire. What came of that? Israel killed Iran's negotiators. So negotiations failed.
I really shouldn't laugh at
The fighting continued. Why would Israel do that? But as the war went on, by late March, Iran's military was so weakened that Trump said, and I quote, "They have nothing left. We've knocked out their missiles." At this point, they're basically shooting at our great pilots with BB guns. No match for our beautiful brand new F-35s and F-15s. Well, that's good news. Then what? Iran shot down 2 of our aircrafts. Iran in F-15. Did they use BB guns? No. Shoulder fire missiles. Luckily, we rescued all the pilots, though. But if Israel didn't kill the negotiators, well, I'll tell you who's been a good negotiator in this. Trump.
Yeah.
Kind of aura he's got. How so? Well, in early April, Trump said that if Iran doesn't reopen the Strait of Hormuz, he's going to knock them back to the Stone Age. What Iran do? Get this. They did not reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Trump turned up the negotiating heat on Iran, trying to get them to agree to a ceasefire deal when he said, a whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. Game, set, match right there. God, genocide. Nope. He was just saying it. Oh, that's a threat of genocide. What?
Yeah.
Negotiation tactic commonly used. I've used it. One time at a dealership, they were coming down on the price, and I said, if you don't give me $5,000 off this car, I am killing everyone in this dealership. Got arrested. Oh, it didn't work. It worked for Trump because he got a ceasefire deal out of it, and Iran reopened the Strait of Hormuz. What? Great. So the fighting's over? No. Israel immediately broke the ceasefire deal and pulled us back in the war. What is wrong with Israel? So the fight. What the fuck is wrong with us for being allies with Israel? Yeah, our great ally. And Iran reclosed the Strait of Hormuz. Will this war ever end? Well, basically, when we can get Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, the war is over. It's complete and total victory. Was the Strait of Hormuz open before the war started? Yes. And the reason they closed it was because the war started? Yeah. And the reason we're still in this war is because we need to get the Strait of Hormuz open. Yeah. Well, what the fuck? You get it now? I'll clarify.
What the fuck?
Well, excuse me, I gotta go pay my taxes to help fund Israel. Life is good.
Life is
Are we
good.
supposed to be this dumb? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're doing all the right things. Earlier night.
That about sums it up.
That is amazing. That might be the best recap I have heard. That pretty much sums it entirely up. And it makes
my
about as
favorite
much sense as
part
you
was
think.
like, what the fuck's wrong with Israel? How many times did he say that? Like,
What the fuck's wrong with us?
Yeah.
We're partnering with Israel.
He was good during COVID too. He was like likening the vaccine protecting other people to wearing a life vest for the pool. And I don't know if you're
I remember those. He was great
yeah.
in COVID.
Oh, it was so good. He's like, oh, well, you need to wear this to protect me. And they're like, what?
I loved he was making fun of the fiery but mostly peaceful protests. He was pretending to be a news anchor and his clothes were all shredded and half burned. And he was like, I'm out here and everything's totally fine. There is no riots going on at all. Like everything's just chaos behind him.
Oh, God.
We had a pretty good successful stream about the time they were peacefully fucking burning the country down.
Oh my God.
We really hit a good stride there.
You know, during COVID, that was our peak podcast time. Peak podcast time for sure.
We were really knocking it out of the park, and then they discovered that we were knocking it out of the park, and they said no.
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 Now instead of riots, they're peacefully shooting up churches and schools and occasionally attempting to assassinate the president and his administration.
Mission accomplished, folks.
Naruto style too.
Yeah, no shit. What's up with that? Like, wow. Like Red Bull gives you wings.
The Naruto run was like, remember that we were gonna storm Area 51?
Yeah.
And like everybody was Naruto running, and I never thought somebody
on the front and the Kyles with the monsters.
Yeah, exactly. There was a whole strategy about it. And I never thought somebody would try to Naruto run with 2 pistols and a shotgun at the president and almost get there.
Yeah.
Well, I guess all I saw was the picture that almost everyone else has seen and whatever you guys posted.
Oh, you haven't seen the video?
No, I've not seen the video.
But
the dude just sprinted past a dozen fucking Secret Service guards.
Well, my question is, how did he end up shirtless? Did he start out shirtless or end up shirtless?
He ended up shirtless. He started out in all black. Yeah.
How did he end up shirtless?
Well, they didn't kill him, so they're like, all right, you know.
Well, let me tell you about
30 balls
Washington,
east, we're gonna
D.C.
let you
Okay.
show off the washboard abs before we haul you off. So
Well,
He is
and
a pretty
also-
handsome fella. I kind of wanted
Yeah.
to see, like, Tony showed his full frontal when we
Right.
started the stream. Like,
Yes,
there's some people when you have the chance, you need to see it.
you got to
Well, the-
do it.
No, I do want to see the video, but though I did see one comment that he was commenting on how weak the security was, and I have to agree with him. I mean,
It's
if he got
bad.
as far as he did, how was it?
I
It's-
go on a whole rant on that whenever, like, because
Yeah, you've been prepared for that one
I've
before
been
this
calling
happened.
this out. I've been calling this out for like
That's true.
since Charlie Kirk. I've been calling out like we think, like, as the public, we think that there's like real high tech security and all this stuff that's like protecting people. And like Charlie Kirk was one of the ones we saw that was like, oh, all you had to do was guard the staircase.
Yeah,
And there was correspondence between the police and the head of security talking about it, but nobody followed up. It was as simple as that. There was a simple, hey, will you cover this? Yeah, got it. And then nobody followed up with it. And it's a simple breakdown of something like that allows a kid to climb some stairs and go fucking shoot a guy and assassinate him. And then you look at Butler, which we still don't know what the fuck happened in Butler. That whole thing is crazy how it's just been pigeonholed. Then you have the second attempt on Trump with the guy hiding in the fucking trees.
the first
but, like-
attempt where you can see the video of the sniper on the guy
Yeah.
before he shoots.
Well, and then you have, and this is one that got pigeonholed too, is JD Vance's, one of his head Secret Service guys, was like sending pictures of his location and planes and sharing details of like where JD Vance was going to some random chick he just met to impress her. And Project Veritas, or I guess whatever it is now, OMG, they exposed that whole thing. Nothing ever came of that. And I'm like, hold on. So we have like the security breakdown of 2 attempted Trump assassinations that should not have gone as far as they did. Then you have
now.
Charlie Kirk getting killed that should never have happened, that should have been easily covered. Then you have JD Vance's security detail giving up hidden information. Now this Naruto runner just bolting through a group of 12 fucking Secret Service agents in a hotel that was like the baseline security for it. And then in the guy's manifesto, he talks about how shitty the security is.
Yeah,
I think we're in this false illusion in this country that like getting to people in the like the protection level, like we see these movies and Hollywood dramatizes it and you're like, oh my God, the president's so protected and there's all this high-tech fancy shit. No, it's just a bunch of fucking dudes standing around bullshitting at a security checkpoint, not paying attention, and you can Naruto run through that fucker with 2 pistols and a shotgun. Like that's literally what fucking happened.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Here's my question.
The worst
about
plan
this.
ever.
If I may ask a question about
It's the
Butler.
worst plan ever because he got stopped. What if he made it in there? Then
was
it would have been a
close.
fucking, like, literally that's all. Yeah, he got really close. When you see the map of the building and where he was almost to the staircase to get into the room, directly line of sight to Donald Trump. Like he was really close where they stopped.
Nuts.
Well, so here's my question about Butler. So the Republican candidate for president avoids assassination because he turns his head slightly. Then that person gets elected president. How does he not immediately put as much resources as possible into solving that situation? And then very quickly, within, I don't know, a couple months, few weeks.
Yeah,
How
totally.
does
A
it
guy
not-
that had
how does-
absolutely no social media presence, supposedly, and all this
But
shit.
how
like,
does-
you can't know him.
How did Trump's just a candidate when the attempt happens, but then he gets elected and obviously reelected. But then how does that not all immediately get investigated and solved?
Chris,
Ash Patel's on it. Okay.
no. There's another reason we cannot divert resources to that kind of thing because A, we've got a war to win for the 4th time, 7th time, and B, ballroom's not going to build itself, bro. Okay,
Well, right. That's a fair point. No, you're right.
and we've got to make the pool blue. Okay,
But I mean-
we got to make the pool blue now. So,
But let's just if one of you was Donald Trump and you got elected, wouldn't your first order of business be to get to the bottom of and flush everything out of of the attempted assassination on
Fuck
yourself.
no, I'm staying in a
What?
Pope bubble.
I just think it's so bizarre. Like it just
is.
went away.
Yeah, well, so did Jeffrey Epstein's whole investigation.
I know, but that's about
how many
something
things have gone away?
I know. Well, there's constantly things going away. But my point is, Chicken, that's someone that tried to assassinate you, and then you're the most powerful person in the free world, and yet you can't get to the bottom of the person that tried to assassinate you.
Well, I
Like,
trust Kash Patel if I'm the president.
I just find that so insane. It's not like someone else is trying to petition the president to solve their assassination. He's the one that almost got assassinated. That's just crazy to me.
Okay, let's see this. I got to see it again.
Yeah, for sure.
This is amazing.
It's podcasting.
I can't. It sounds ludicrous. 2 pistols and a shotgun, and this is your plan of attack. Like, he doesn't even come in guns blazing, but he's got him.
He shot one of these guys.
Yeah.
He's
But
running.
he's not like dumping the clip. He's just like, boom.
And did they not fire on him right there?
Yeah, they did. They fired several shots at him, and they missed him.
They're stormtroopers because
And then
they
all these
missed.
morons go running
I think
after
the
him.
guy gets shot right here because look at it when he comes around.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on that bottom left. One of those guys gets shot. It looks like he shoots at one of them.
Yep.
Oh, I think you're right. God, these idiots.
It's incredible.
It is incredible.
You can't like you don't when you hear this thing or you see this headline pop up, you're like, oh man, this must have been some crafty son of a bitch. No, and then you see this, and you're like, oh wow,
He
this
just
is
bum
so
rushes
bad.
that.
There's a thing a
Yeah.
lot of people run into in their life of this imposter syndrome type stuff where you're like, oh man, whether it's job or life, and you're all like, man, like I don't deserve what I have, and like, when's this all gonna fall apart? And then you see moments like this, and this is how you get past imposter syndrome. When you meet shitty bosses and shitty executives and shitty Secret Service agents and shitty security detail, you're like, oh, all those things that I have really high expectations for really aren't that good.
No.
Your imposter syndrome kind of goes, and your
Yeah,
confidence
that's
level goes
so
up because you're
fucking
like,
true.
dude, I could have done a better job than that.
That is so fucking true because you think about that, and it's that realization where you put just so much blind default faith into people in specific professions, or you like it's that moment where you realize, oh my god, my parents didn't know everything. They were just winging it too. They'd never
Yeah.
been parents before, or my doctor obviously knows what's better for. Oh wait, no, he fucking
No, he
doesn't.
doesn't.
My mechanic knows how to fix my car. Oh, never mind, no, he does not. Oh, the cop's going to be fair and but unbiased. Never mind, no, he's not. He just shot that dude for the vape pen on his console. Yeah, turns out people are not that fucking good at what they're supposed to be good at.
Tony, I say this all the time. Most people suck at their fucking job.
But
Almost
Let's
all of
leave
them.
Riley
Almost
Reid
all
out
of
of
them.
this. Okay,
Almost
like
all of them suck at their job.
it's not just that they suck at it; it's that they do the minimum, right? Like they like
yes.
they're there to
They
collect.
don't care.
They do. They don't. They don't want to make any waves. They just want to. They don't want to be seen. They just want to do their job, go home, look at their anime.
Put a couple of knuckle children in a sock and eat some Tostitos pizza rolls.
Think about Dr.
It's
Chick
a special sock for Brendan.
at night. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Cool. So I've told this story several times. I'm sorry if you've heard it, but when I was a Border Patrol agent, I got assigned to the G20 summit in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I got deputized as a U.S. Deputy Marshal, and I got to run security with the Secret Service. Now, I was in the quote-unquote communications room. They didn't really have much for me to do because I was basically just organizing radios, and the guys that were there were in charge of, obviously communications.
What era was this?
This was Obama.
Okay, yeah.
I want to say, God, what year was it? I'm not going to remember the right year, but it was Obama. I do remember it was Obama, but
That's an 8-year window, so yeah.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah.
So I was a border patrol agent from 2006 2015. So there you go. So I'll never forget. We're sitting in that room, and so I'm there for probably about 3 or 4 days, and most of the Secret Service agents are fucking assholes. They won't like. I'm a pretty affable guy. I'm pretty like I talk to everybody. I wave to people, and I'm in uniform.
Hell, you got a sock with my name on it. You're a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
But I'm in uniform, and I'm talking to like I will walk by a Secret Service agent, and I'll just be like, "Hey, how's it going?" Just like throw my hand up, "Hey, how's it going?" And they'll just look at me like I've got like 10 heads. Like
Dude, I hate people like that. I hate people like that.
I was like, all right, fine. And one person who actually talked to me, I was like, all right. So I walked over to him, and I'm like, how's it going, man? I was like, I was like, like, so there's no one around. Like the president was on site. So like they're just standing there, and so finally at one point, I'll just skip to it. Like we're sitting there in the radio room. These the guys that were running the radio, older guys, they treated me pretty poorly in the last couple days. So it's fine, whatever, no big deal. But it was basically like, hey, can you get me a coffee and a newspaper type thing?
Yeah.
Like a gopher. So that's whatever. But at one point, like,
instead you handed him a sock and the picture of me healing Phil.
If only.
I off and a specific newspaper. I literally walked downstairs. I bought the coffee, walked around, and talked to everyone that I could find. Came back about 3 hours later with a cold coffee and no newspaper.
Beautiful.
That is next level petty.
Like, man, I'm sorry, I just couldn't find the whatever. He's like, oh, okay, no problem. But then, so I'm sitting there and I'm monitoring the radio, and they're talking to people, and they're like, all of a sudden he's like, POTUS is on site? What? No, POTUS isn't supposed to be here yet. POTUS is on site. The Eagles landed? What? They're freaking out. And I was like, hey, you're on the wrong channel. Like, what?
So, us low level locals probably shouldn't know this.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're coming up on this radio. You're on the wrong channel. I was like, so with those microphones that they have, you can change the channel on the side if you hit the plus or yep. So I'm like, you hit the channel button, you need to go down a couple, and you'll get on the right channel. And that's when they like. So that's just more proof of what Dr. Chicken is. Absolutely.
Yeah, the incompetence level of professionals that you see today. Not saying Chris, I know you're a professional comedian. I believe in you, buddy. Yeah, I bet you're awesome. And I'm a great doctor. But
yes.
Like a lot of these people,
I feel like you just took away from what you just said to Chris.
Yeah. Yeah, I so did.
I was like,
you're a great comedian.
I was kind of trying to take it away.
I'm a great doctor.
I was trying to take it away from everybody, honestly. But
I think you just have to say present company excluded and then go on your merry way.
yeah.
there's a fun in that.
So good. No, I've heard that story, Brendan, but goddamn, like it always hits so hard when you tell. I love it because it pulls the curtain back so.
Well, it's
harshly.
so frustrating when you hear a story like that. We've all had stories like that at work where you just see such incompetence, and now we're talking about it at like the highest level in our government. In the world. It's not just our government. Highest level in the world. The most powerful man in the world that's destroyed Iran 6 times in the last month.
Stone Age.
Totally took him back to Stone Age.
Yeah.
But like, you can Naruto run and almost get him.
It's amazing. Unbelievable.
Obviously, I'm assuming you guys are familiar with the movie Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
I love that movie.
Never seen it. Nope, never seen it.
Yeah.
Bring out your dad.
Very good.
What's a flesh wound?
Big taste.
I've had a flesh wound.
Anyway, the scene where the two guards, they're guarding outside the castle where the wedding
Yeah.
is about to take place inside, and he's looking off in the distance, and Sir Lancelot is running towards them, and he keeps
With the coconuts.
he's the same distance away every time they show him. He's not getting any closer. And then all of a sudden he's right up on him, and he like stabs the one guy and runs past the other guy. and then the guy that they don't stab turns around and goes, "Hey." That's exactly what I pictured in that video that we just watched. They're like, where are you going?
Oh my god, we should add the audio to that video.
Yeah.
The guy was like, "Hey."
The best I seen was
Oh shit,
the-
that's great.
this is more of a internet gamer meme, but if you remember the Leroy Jenkins where they're running World of
Yes.
Warcraft, and like
Yeah.
if you don't know what World of Warcraft is, like these guys like sit and plan and have this whole like they're gonna fight this battle on this game for like 6 to 12 hours. They have it all planned out, and they're giving everybody all these like magic potions and special things that they're gonna play on the
Visual,
game.
digital Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, it basically. And so like you got this whole group of like fucking 10, 15 guys, and they're like, all right, like, and they're all like, what are the odds of us winning this? Well, calculate this out. No. You hear the nerds talking. They're like, oh, yeah, maybe 25% chance. They're like, well, I like those odds. And they're all like nerding out, telling each other what to do and what the game plan is. And all of a sudden you hear this one guy go,
Let me interrupt you.
all right, thumbs up, boys. Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins. And he just runs out of the group, stirs up all the fucking demons and dragons and all the monsters
They're like,
that are in
and
the
they
room. And they were
they
like,
stand there. Oh my god,
they
he
were
just
like,
ran in.
oh,
Go
fuck.
after it, go
Leroy
after
just
it.
went. God damn it, Leroy. And they all go in and get their asses kicked. But like somebody put the voice of the Leroy Jenkins. So like I ran past all the security guards. Oh god, it was fucking perfect.
Oh.
I got the idea that, and maybe I'm wrong, but that all those guys were kind of close friends and had played that together for a long time. And
Yeah.
Leroy Jenkins was like some guy that just joined them that day. I don't think he was part of their group.
Or he's
Yeah,
the
I don't-
perennial dickhead that they just put up with for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
He's
dog, I had a dog
Yeah.
I named Leroy Jenkins after that whole fucking meme.
Oh, I love
It was one of the coolest dogs
good
ever.
shit.
Leroy was an awesome dog.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that guy definitely Leroy Jenkins right past them.
it's
in that
great.
video. That's fantastic.
R.I.P. Leroy.
Yeah, Leroy Jenkins is the friend that you don't invite to events, but somehow still shows up to every single.
He's still there.
He fucks it up. Yeah.
Somebody gets sick and sells him the ticket, and you're like, oh fuck, Leroy still made it.
We all have that one friend that like picks a fight or argues with somebody and ruins all the fun. Somehow, like we have that one guy that's
Leroy.
always like clinically depressed but never gets help. Like and like just is an asshole to people for no fucking reason, or gets upset because somebody looked at him wrong, and you're like, dude, he was just trying to be nice and say hi. No, he gave me a fucking look. He knows me and my wife have problems right now. They're like, no, he doesn't, dude. He doesn't fucking know you.
How would he know that?
Did you just ab him? Not cool.
Like we all have that friend. That's Leroy.
Like three, you just described like 3 of your 9 brothers.
Yeah.
That's true. I don't talk to any of them anymore. But that's okay.
Just Lynn.
Yeah.
Cool.
I talked to
Thanks for
Lynn.
being cool, Lynn.
Yeah. Thanks, Lynn. He's the only. He's about to.
Yeah.
I talked to Craig. Once in a while.
I do see Craig once in a while.
Yeah, he quit stealing from me, so I talked.
That's
to
pretty
him.
cool. Nice.
Anyway, weird sidebar.
Good article to talk about with Southern Poverty Law Center, and there's just nothing.
Did-
I told you, dude. Nobody's talking about it.
It's all
We can
just
talk about it.
excuses for it.
Did we get any voicemails this week?
Oh, did you want to go right into that?
Well, I mean, I figure there's no more time for banter. 44 minutes.
Yeah, we're
45.
44 minutes in. Like we haven't covered much.
I feel like there's got to be some relevance here if we've got a voicemail.
Here we go.
Well,
Yes,
well, plus, Brendan, I was out last episode, so normally when I'm out, I like to hijack the show for 3 to 5 minutes. So I do have a few bullet points of things that I want to get to. Should you allow it?
All right.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
All right,
Bro, Chris, just take over at some point.
Yeah, he will. Don't worry.
no,
No warning.
I'm a guest here. I want to be more polite, so I'll wait my turn.
all right, here we go.
Hi there, fascists. It's Leslie Manbeard. My pronouns are up, down, left, right, ABA, select, start. Don't forget it. I am calling today because it's nice to finally hear someone who understands the importance of trans, women's, lesbian, LGBTQ plus priorities and rights, like Chance Joy.
Of course.
Literally shaking with how disrespectful you were to that wonderful person. It makes me so angry. I'm so sweaty right now. I need to. Maybe Chris Green would like to help soap up my back, but that's neither here nor there. My question is, at what point are one of you going to admit, literally shaking again, that you were behind the attacks on that amazing politician, Ilhan Omar? It was you who tried to dump water on her. I want you to admit it. Admit it.
Oh,
Wow. Always so much packed into those messages. How do you even begin to sort that out? The only thing I have to say is I decline. I decline.
That you were involved with the attack on Ilhan Omar?
No,
I didn't suspect you.
the previous request that Leslie made.
The hairy back.
I'm not gonna help Leslie with that.
Just assuming.
Oh, you don't want to soap Leslie's back. Okay, so but soap in the
No.
front on the table, Leslie.
No,
There you go.
I won't be soaping any part of Leslie. No.
Leslie was correct about Chance Joy. Chance Joy is a wonderful human being.
That's true.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. Chance is a wonderful person, and maybe we were a little hasty to Chance. So I hope to hear from Chance again. I do. So maybe we'll just keep an open mind next time Chance calls in. That's probably on us. But Brandon, you were behind the attack on Ilhan Omar, the most prevalent attack on a political figure in.
Did you
Probably
squirt her
ever.
in the face, Brandon?
Yeah.
With
Did
vinegar?
you squirt Ilhan?
That is a
That's
weird
what matters.
way I've ever asked that question.
Well, I mean, okay, so you're not her brother, but did you squirt Ilhan Omar?
Are we sure it was just water?
It was
No.
vinegar.
Well, you could tell us. So apparently, you're a suspect,
Yeah, I mean, I was in the front row.
right? But you were just there in support.
You weren't the fat guy that got tackled.
See the still frame? It's me high fiving the guy. He's like, and then you see, yeah, and then he gets up. I'm gonna do it.
He got that high five in before they got. Yes.
Oh, hey guys, all you have to do is Naruto run into
Yeah.
the room with a fucking super soaker, and you can do whatever you want.
You
I
know
feel
that
like next time they could soak her. So yeah, now that the game plan has been revealed, the Naruto run works.
I am honestly worried about, like, when you start seeing this. I'm not the smartest guy in the fucking world that's picking up on all this. Like,
You're not Phil.
you there's some fucking groypers or fucking prankster kids or fucking internet memers that are like, oh my god, I could get fucking super famous by like running into a room with a super soaker and start spraying people.
Yes.
Like shit like this is gonna happen unless they
Absolutely.
actually like fucking get security under control in these
Yes.
events. Like, this is creepy.
I don't know.
That's like, honestly, like, it's bad enough that it's fucking dangerous that people could be getting killed that fucking easily. But two, like, now you can just meme them. Like, that's what it's gonna be next. We're gonna see fucking, like, you have your little weird, like, you have Kick, you have Twitch, all these weird little fucking things. And I don't know if you guys watch all this shit on Twitter, but like, You already see like Rampage Jackson's fucking son, like about killed a goddamn pro wrestler.
That was amazing. Jesus, that was insanity.
But it's stupid shit
level.
like this that they're all trying to get famous for.
Yes.
And they're hurting people unintentionally or intentionally. Who gives a shit at this point? Like, but it's all because of fucking the narcissism that we promoted in this fucking country, and it's gonna continue. And if you don't buckle down on security, I'm fucking sorry. Like, somebody's gonna get hurt.
You mean like assassinated?
Or just dumbass fucking kid comes running in with a squirt gun and sprays somebody in the face with vinegar. Like, who gives a shit at this point? Like, the security is that shit. You can Naruto run through with a shotgun and 2 pistols and almost make it to the president. That fucking tells you a lot about like how serious we take things in this country. We don't take it serious at all. Like,
Well,
if I was running for state senator, I could get better security from friends locally than what we seen at that banquet.
well, we're only a little more than a year.
I could talk to 3 buddies that are bigger than the 12 guards, and they would have better guns, and I'd just have them block one door. I'd have one entrance, one exit. And I would be safer than the president was the other night. But like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't have to spend any money.
How many times have they done that correspondence dinner? It's not like this is a new thing, right? Like they do this, you know, so yeah.
It just blows my fucking mind that Charlie Kirk got shot. It blows my mind that fucking Butler happened. It blows my mind that there was a guy hiding in the bushes at a fucking golf course where the president was. Like, how does this shit fucking happen? This is fucking stupid.
Well, but Chicken, my follow-up question to all of that is, we're only a little more than a year into Trump's term. How is he going to make it to the end of his term? Like, what's going to happen?
I know that's the scary part, dude. You're right.
They're
What's
going to
gonna happen
impeach
over the
him.
next
It doesn't matter. It'll work this time.
But I mean, I hadn't really thought about it as much as what you just explained. But my response to that is, well, how is he going to finish his term?
Right.
Because we've had this many.
Well, he's got to survive it.
We've had this many incidences just 14 months in or 15 months in. What is the next 3 years going to look like?
Well, I honestly, at this point, here's the funny thing. So if you take it all the way back to Brennan just described his time doing assignment with actual Secret Service during the Obama administration. Quiet part out loud. Who didn't think that Obama was going to have an assassination attempt on his life just because of the fact that he was black? I mean, let's be frank. Like, when he was elected, I'm like, oh my gosh, we're going to have another presidential assassination attempt just based on that, because we thought racism was alive and well. Well, turns out, here in 2026, we have to fund it to make it alive and well, but that's neither here nor there. Going all the way back to that, it's clearly not good. And here we are now, and it hasn't gotten any better. So here's the thing, though. Biden had none. Obama had none. Clinton had none. Yet Trump has had 3 now, because he was a former president when the first assassination attempt happened.
Right.
Honestly, and it's gotten so bad that I do not expect him to die of old age, whether he finishes his term or not. I truly think even after he leaves office, they will not stop.
Oh yeah,
because
this guy was total TDS. So
yeah, and that's the thing. Like, that's not going to go away even when he leaves office. They're not going to lose interest. That's not going to go away, because the molding of the minds of the people that would do this stuff, and the mental gymnastics, and the pleading for people to commit these acts by the media and the politicians, let's be frank, that are influencing mentally unstable people to do these things, it's not going to go away. So
Well-
unfortunately, I think we're at the era where this is just going to be the norm for whoever the sitting president is, and specifically for Donald Trump. Even after he leaves office, I think he may be someone who gets offed, even if he's out of office, because the TDS is so strong.
Yeah, but I think if he's not in office and he's not influencing things, because the man is 80 years old and he'll be 82 by the time he's done.
I don't think they care.
But he's essentially irrelevant when he leaves office. So
Is he?
I think so.
I don't think he is. I think he's still enough of, even if it's just symbolic at that point. I don't think he's irrelevant. I really don't.
Maybe irrelevant's too strong of a word, and maybe not completely irrelevant. But, and I'm not trying to transition the topic, but
right
as my thoughts on the Iran war are evolving, because one of the, and I'm not stating any novel opinions here, but one thing that seems to have been revealed as this Iran thing has unfolded is that Trump's not really that threatening. He can't influence his will on people the way that he either wants you to think that he can, or the way we thought he could. I mean, essentially,
they all read his
turning into
book.
kind of an emperor has no clothes situation, right? So he can't. If he can't even get the Strait of Hormuz open, okay, which to me, that's if we have the almighty American.
Still think
military,
we need to focus on the gays of Hormuz. Like,
yeah.
My point is that
Definitely.
if do we not have the almighty U.S. military behind us? Can we not get the Strait of Hormuz open? The point is that the emperor has no clothes. He can't get them to do anything they don't want to do. Whatever Trump wants Iran to do, and I'll circle back to your point in just a moment. But
he's a lame
whatever
duck
he
president.
wants them to do, he can't make them do it. They can just say no, and he can't do anything about it. He's stuck. He's either stuck literally, militarily, or he's stuck politically, which is really probably where his weakness is. But either way, they can just say no. So I guess circling back, my point is, Tony, is that he's currently president, and he can't do, and he can't make things happen the way he says he can. So when he's out of office completely, and he's not on a ballot, and he's 82 years old, and he's this and that, part of your point is well taken. Is TDS real, and is it stronger than ever? Absolutely, for sure. So for the next 2 to 3 years, is he under threat? Absolutely. And if there's not half a dozen more attempts, I'll be shocked, because we've already had this many attempts 14 months in. So I think there'll be many more attempts. Unfortunately, I hope I'm wrong. But I think once he's out of the picture and he can't really influence things because he's out of office, or even a year or two from now when he's a lame duck president and he's literally handcuffed, I don't know, man. I'm not saying it's going to be completely simmered down, but the emperor already doesn't have clothes. So what else?
I had this thought
a little bit of your point.
I don't think
I did. Go ahead.
I don't think it's about influence. The fact of the matter is that just like people that hate him like virulently. Like they just,
yes,
it's just like it's almost like TDS is technically like people say that as if it's a mental illness, and I think in some ways it is.
I think it is
him wholeheartedly. So whether or not he has influence, I don't think is relevant to those type of people.
Well, I think you're partially right, but part of the hate is because everybody thought he was going to be a threat, and to a degree he was. Like, he has been effective to some degree, but I think part of the hate comes from his potential threat to things. I think it's a part of it.
It's made up. It's because of media fear, and it's mostly
okay. So that's a good point, because if he's not in the picture and he's not influencing things, he's not president anymore, then the media has no reason to pay any attention to him. So,
I don't know.
But they will.
It's true. I mean, but they
will.
Yeah.
But why?
No, he's too influential, because even after he's out of office, even when he's still alive, out of office, he's still influential enough to the demographic that whoever his successor is going to be, and whoever he endorses, that like it or not, that is still, even if it's a shoe in like a JD Vance, where, well, obviously it's his vice president. Once he gives that endorsement, he's passing the torch, and now you are, even if you're not as crazy and witty or quirky as Trump, it doesn't matter. The torch has been passed. Now you have to take that mantle, and you have to bear that burden of being hounded relentlessly, whether it's
Well,
deserved or not.
let me push back a little bit on those points, even because let's just see how things unfold, because I don't know. We might, depending on how things unfold over the next 2.5 to 3 years, we might see it return to a time when people aren't sure if they want to be associated with Trump.
No, and
they
I
don't
think we're
they
seeing
don't
that.
want his endorsement. They may not
Right, we're
want it.
seeing that now, and I
mean,
think
because really honestly what we're seeing in to me, one of the biggest points about the Iran war, in my observation, is that we're seeing Donald Trump completely blow all of his political capital. That's what we're seeing happen. That's part of what we're seeing unfold here, is that he had, oh my gosh, the day he got elected, that man couldn't possibly have had more power and more political capital, right? And through
Right.
most of his first year, he maintained that level of political capital, right? But what we've seen since the calendar has turned is that even on his strongest points, including immigration, where he's weakened tremendously since Minnesota, like they got embarrassed and lost tremendously in Minnesota. That was a political and an actual loss. And his immigration policy, if you're paying attention, has backed way off, to the point where now there's people in his own party that are putting forth an amnesty bill. So, and now one of the biggest costs to the United States and to Donald Trump as a politician and as a leader is that he's completely blowing his wad on political capital all in one event, right? To the point where I keep saying this, he's going to get destroyed in the midterms. They're going to get destroyed.
But he's not up for election, so it doesn't matter.
Well,
he's not up.
He's not, but it matters because he's going to lose power. He's going to lose the House, and so
they know they're going to lose power. Okay, so here, let me. I posed this question or theory to Brendan, I think, the other day on the last episode, and I'll open it to you too, because it just kind of came to me in the moment, and because it seems so out of pocket. Like we've talked to at length, and Chris, you've explained it very well recently, that he's done such a 180 on all of his promises when he was campaigning and all the things that he wanted to do, and now in his second term it feels like a betrayal, right? That he's done the exact opposite to a lot of the base that he may or may not have flipped to get to vote for him, right? But
not just his base, but also fringe supporters like me.
Mm-hmm.
But massive
specifically
massive
fringe
betrayal.
supporters.
Yes, massive betrayal,
like me included, because I specifically voted for him in this previous election, because I'm like, well, I didn't against Biden because I didn't think it mattered. I did against Harris because I'm like, it shouldn't matter, but apparently it does.
Yep.
And obviously I think he's better than her. Well, I still think he is, but that's really not.
He's still better.
Neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But I think at this point in his term, we're seeing such like you pointed out, a 180 from all the things that he promised was going to do and has done now. And now you're seeing it on the talking head spectrum, not Fox News, but we're talking about the Tucker Carlsons, the Megyn Kellys, the Alex Jones, and okay, Candace Owens. That's the one everybody goes to. Well, it doesn't matter what Candace Owens said, but she's not a real Republican. Well, no, but Tucker, Megyn,
she's in the coalition.
Alex, yeah, Tucker, Megyn, Alex, they are all regretting it, and he's literally saying they have super low IQs and they shouldn't question him because his word is supreme, and now he's the bomb, and they're just stupid because they don't agree with him. So I float this theory out there because I feel like, is Donald Trump specifically, I wouldn't say he's tanking his term, doing like the Iran war. That's not where I'm going with this, but is he battling his biggest supporters like a Tucker, Megyn, or Alex Jones in an effort to try to salvage them for the next person that comes in behind him, so that they can go, okay, finally we have a level-headed Republican, an actual GOP candidate, not this crazy out of left field guy who went off the cuff and did a 180 on all of his promises during his campaign and failed us in his second term. Is that the slow play, the behind the scenes play here, where all the talking heads go, okay, now we have a real Republican who's not a crazy businessman who was never in politics before, and now they can save face because he got backed into a corner with Iran. He's failing. He couldn't do the things he promised. So he's like, okay, just badmouth me. I'll badmouth you, and you'll look way more relevant when it comes around time to elect somebody in 2028. And people will listen to you because you talk shit on me, and I'll talk shit on you. Is that the exchange that we're seeing now? Like, I'm going a little conspiratorial with this, but
sorry, I'm just trying to make my hair as crazy what the fuck you just said.
but I feel like there's a grain of salt and truth there.
Okay,
there has to be.
so let me respond to that. I think I understand your theory. My personal opinion is I don't think that's what's happening. I think there's a.
I don't necessarily yet either, but I'm
fair.
I'm on the fringe.
All right, no, that's fair, and I'm always open-minded to hearing a creative, more complicated explanation for what's going on, because what's going on is really hard to make sense of.
Does not make sense.
It doesn't seem to, but I also think that Occam's razor is, should be applied first before you come up with a really complicated explanation, which is the most simplest explanation is
that he was compromised from the get-go.
I mean that
entirely could be possible too. Yes.
No, I don't think that's it either. And I'm not going to.
Could be.
It definitely could be. I'm open to that as well, but I still think that the most obvious explanation is the most likely one. And I'm not going to explain the whole thing again, but because we've talked about it. But I think he got fooled into Iran by Netanyahu.
Agreed.
And Lindsey Graham, because
fool me once, can't get fooled again.
Because both those guys went to him and said, "Hey, look what you did in Venezuela. Let's do the same thing in Iran." Right?
Yeah.
And he wanted to be the hero of the Middle East, and he wants his Nobel Peace Prize and all that nonsense. So they just appealed to the most basic part of Trump, for one. So that explains Iran, in my opinion. And then, of course, he gets into it, and it turns out it's way more complicated, way harder than he thought it would be, and now he's stuck. So I think that's that. And then beyond that, I think he's just taken some losses that he didn't expect to take. So, for example, on the immigration front, he got beat in Minnesota. Like they won in Minnesota, and so he went from promising he's going to deport everyone, touting that there was 10, 15, 20, whatever the giant number of illegal immigrants. He's getting rid of all of them. And then it was, no. Now it's just the worst first. And now it's like, what are we doing? No. Now we're putting forth an amnesty bill under some other different name. So we've gone from kick them all out to amnesty. That's how far we've come on the immigration issue, which, by the way, up until very recently on this show, we've all been saying, really hate what Trump's doing. But if you want to give him credit for anything, he closed the border and he's taking care of immigration. You can't even say that anymore. You can't even say that. Now, is the border still closed? As far as I know. But that's literally all you can say about what Trump's accomplished.
I can say a couple other things, but I'll wait.
Okay, fair. But my point is very few. So my point is he got fooled on Iran. My very simple explanation of what we're seeing. He got fooled in Iran. And he's just taken some other losses that he didn't expect to take. And here's the thing that we up until recently, we've been giving him credit for, which is, look at this amazing team he's put together. Like, he really learned his lesson from the first term, where he put together a bunch of people that weren't really going to support him. We're going to subvert his what he was trying to accomplish. Well, he was new to Washington, so he's not going to fall for that this time. He's put together this super team. Well, look how many people he's fired now in the last 60 days. Right. And there's probably a couple other people that deserve to be fired. I mean, are we thrilled with Pete Hegseth?
No.
No. So like maybe Scott Bessent, maybe a couple other people, but maybe Tulsi Gabbard.
Tulsi, run for the fucking hills, Tulsi, please.
Right. But my point is, like, he's even doing that, repeating the same mistake in that way from the first term, where now he's just shit canning people. Right. So my point is that he's
well, to be honest, like, a Pam Bondi should have been fired.
Oh yeah.
Well, and she was his second choice, but his first choice was Matt Gaetz. So,
dude, I was all in on Matt Gaetz.
I know, but that guy's kind
I
of.
don't trust that guy. I think he's kind of a creep, and he's probably got some skeletons in his closet. But as Attorney General,
Super
like
weird.
when we were talking to Epstein shit, I thought that dude was actually going to do something.
Well,
And then
right,
we bring in Pam
Mm.
Bondi, who was part of the original Florida deal with Epstein, and like allowed him to
okay,
do
but
whatever.
we thought that Cash Patel was going to run roughshod on these things, and
I
Dan Bongino.
thought Cash Patel was going to do a fucking thing. That guy's a creep too.
Okay,
Mhm.
so but my point is that he got fooled on Iran. He's taken other losses, and this this group of people that we thought was a super team turned out they are not a super team.
It's not a team. No.
So-
Wait,
so-
are you saying that he didn't collect the Avengers?
It
He
turns out
did not. He is
So-
not Nick Fury. No.
So what I'll just
No,
I'll
no.
just finish
People
the thought.
have said me and Samuel L. Jackson could have been
I'm
twins.
totally Nick Fury. I'm almost as
yep.
black as Samuel L. Jackson.
Nope. See the thing that between us, the only difference, I don't have an eye patch.
You can't even
That's it.
call me racist because, like, I am so close to
Yep.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Basically
Look-
Sam Jackson.
Let me finish up and I'll hand it off. Let me just.
Yeah, I'm so Sam Jackson. I can say the N word if I wanted to. I'm not going to, but I could.
Well, now I really want to be quiet to see if you deliver on that.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that my theories and perspective is constantly evolving as the stuff unfolds one day after another. But I'm still going to subscribe to the most obvious explanation first, and so
Yeah.
I may add on to this to my own theory. But up to this point, those are the components. He got fooled
No,
in
no,
Israel.
that's fine.
He's taken some other losses, and and his super team isn't super at all. They're kind of a mess. So that's my explanation.
I think
You know what I think is a super team? The four of us.
True.
What?
Chris, I would agree with you almost wholeheartedly. I just think you leave one thing out, and that's donors.
Excellent. Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, that's a great
Yes.
point.
That's the biggest difference between today and 2016.
Yes.
And I mean,
You-
I'm assuming you're thinking of Edelstein, and
Aiden.
obviously a couple of others. Yeah, no, you're right.
Marion,
I didn't think
yeah.
about that, but
Yeah.
you're absolutely right. That's a good point.
So I think that has a because now, whereas before he didn't have to deliver on shit, now he almost has to. So
That's
Maybe-
fair.
what is he doing for BB?
What does he have to deliver on though? Because now
Yeah,
he doesn't have
so-
to deliver on shit.
Well, that's my thing.
That was my
Yeah.
biggest fear on this election in
Yes.
2024. When you compare it
Yes.
to 2016, like he
Nothing to
was
lose.
like getting booed at the GOP convention, or like when the or whatever the hell, and he was like, "Those are donors booing. I don't need them. I will not be paid off by them." That was the feeling you got by 2016. It was a totally different energy. You were
Yeah.
like, fuck yeah, he's got enough money. He doesn't have to listen to those guys and he can burn this shit
Yeah.
down. And that was the appeal. And then in 2024, Miriam Adelson gives him $250 million. You're like, oh, shit.
Oh, but
I
they-
know what he's going to do.
They gave him money. They gave him money the first time around.
Yeah, but at least there was that thought in 2016 that he
Right.
was going to be that guy.
He was convincing that he wasn't that guy. Yes, I agree with you completely.
But then everybody ends up being
they did
that
give him
guy.
a bunch of money once he was the primary guy. Like that was it. They gave him a bunch of money because he actually accused, I want to say Rubio, of accepting Adelson money. And once once he became the guy and he was the candidate, guess who jumped on board? The Adelsons.
Well, speaking of Rubio, guess what? As soon as this Iran thing wraps up, no matter what happens, we're taking Cuba next.
Can't believe how many people love Rubio at this point.
It is amazing. That is the one thing. Like I was blown
That
away by
tells you
this
it's a
like week
uniparty.
ago.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is. I'm blown away by this because I keep telling people if it's JD Vance, like I feel like it should be JD Vance because it's the most logical choice if we're just going to have a simple transition. But
What's
they
he
keep
done?
going. Exactly. I'm like, I think he's terrible. I think he's a terrible candidate. I'm probably in the minority on that. I don't think he's as likable or as a shoe-in as people want to give him credit for. That's just me. But
Yeah,
the
there's gonna be a
usual
fight between him
response
and
to that I
Rubio.
hear is, no, it's going to be Marco Rubio. Like,
Hey,
what in
and-
what fucking world is that a better alternative?
It's who's going to get the most donor money and kiss the ring harder for between
don't do
Trump
that.
and Adelson's or whoever has power at that time, like and
Vance-
who has the most money.
Be a neocon? Like Vance
Yeah.
might be a neocon. You know, Rubio is 100% a neocon.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
at least with Vance, it's still up in the air.
Yeah, at least Vance, maybe he won't do it.
There's still hope. There's still hope. No, Rubio doesn't even fucking apologize.
Oh.
I am a piece of shit.
Well, yeah, and I
you're
think
gonna
that's the
vote for
one
me.
thing I appreciate about Rubio is like he
doesn't lie about it.
Yeah, like
There's
at least
transparency.
at least I know that dude wants to fucking take Cuba and fuck some shit up down in South
That's
America.
true.
I know what he wants to do.
Yeah.
So,
But,
so I'm gonna
but
God, I hope
Vance,
we get
Vance
soccer. God
tiptoes around shit and never he says a lot of words but never says anything.
Maybe that's what I don't love.
I
about
guess
it.
my theory on, I mean, again, I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue to be the wait and see guy in this group. I don't know. I for the time being, I'm going to take JD Vance at face value, and I think he's got a really difficult job because
for sure.
he knows how Donald Trump
He's got
behaves.
the worst job ever.
Yeah.
He really does. Well,
He's got no power, and he's got to kiss the ring, and he's got to still try to keep support from people. Like,
right.
how?
boss. I think this is good.
Yes, boss.
Well, I don't share. I don't share Tony, and it sounds like your skepticism about JD Vance. Again, I could be proven wrong. That's why I'm a wait and see.
I
guy.
like JD. I want to come clear. I like JD. I want him to be like the successor, but he's not showing me anything.
That's
that
right.
He hasn't shown me as a set of balls on anything.
Yeah.
Now I get it's early in the term and he can't because
There you go.
like a lot of shit can go wrong. If he doesn't show something in the last 2 years of Trump's term that he can be a leader and make decisions and do something and say, you know what? No, boss, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
And like, if
Yeah.
he can't do that in the last couple years of Trump's presidency and show that he has some balls and do what's right for the American people without any power, like you don't have to have power to have influence. Like,
But
okay,
there it is.
You can
There it
make influence without power and sway decisions. What do you think Tucker Carlson does? What do you think Charlie Kirk used to do? Like JD Vance has that ability. He's just not doing it yet. Now I get maybe he's reserving it, and maybe he's going to do it later. And I'll wait with bated breath and hope he does.
I'm very glad you brought this up. I think this might have come up in our chat, so I did want to talk to you about this because the people that you mentioned, Charlie Kirk or Tucker Carlson or whoever, they're not currently holding the position of Trump's vice president.
Yeah.
And
Correct.
so I don't know, because of the way Trump responds when you disagree with him, even a little bit, much less take a completely opposing position. So if JD Vance came out and took a hardline stance against the Iran war, that's not, and like you just said, maybe it's timing.
You fired.
But yeah, I just don't.
You can't fire your vice president. Though.
Nope. I just did.
but
Fired.
Chicken,
Out.
but Chicken,
Done.
this is what I want to really talk out with you, because I think there's lots of people that would like JD to do that, but he can't really do that, right? I mean, either it's too early in the term, or he just can't do it at all, because when you're Trump's vice president, because he's so volatile and so reactionary, if you disagree with him, how do you walk that tightrope? To me, he's actually walking it as best as he possibly can, because he's not wholeheartedly standing behind Trump. He's trying to. He's just. I see him trying to walk this as the best that he can. Brendan, I see
He just comes off as a pussy though right now.
What's
Go
that?
ahead, Brendan.
Because Donald Trump is splitting. So we talked about this before. Donald Trump got reelected because he brought in so many different factions, right?
Yes.
Like he brought independents, he brought in Republicans, he brought in
Libertarians love me.
the libertarians love me.
But I don't.
That's the shit that sold me. Yeah.
Thomas Massey's a tough cookie.
I'm not done. He did that, and he lost all of those people. Everyone other than the people that think they're actually MAGA, but they're really not. He lost all of those people, right? He lost independents. He lost libertarians. He lost anyone that had an inkling of being just critically thinking. he lost all of those people. And
Yep.
you know what Vance could do and say, I'm done. I'm done with this because this is completely wrong. This is not MAGA. He could walk out and he would gain every single one of those people, that whole coalition that Trump gained.
Yes.
He could get every one of those people back just by saying, like, no, this is wrong. I'm done.
And that's what I'm talking about with the Colonel getting like your Tuckers and your Megan Kellys and
Wait,
your Alex Jones and turning
that
those
would
people.
take him having a set of balls.
And it's a hard decision, and it's spitting in
But
someone.
it's a big risk too.
Oh yeah,
That can go south.
Not if
that's
Trump's
the
in on it though. That's what I'm saying.
a huge risk.
Okay,
But
hang on a second.
You want Donald to bless this decision to make it look like a big fuck up and ruin.
Hey, no,
Donald Trump's
I'm not
make
saying
himself look
international
bad in
policy.
any
No,
way.
no, no. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Think about it though. Like at the same time, he's doing these weird, like crazy 180s on like international levels with fucking Iran, whatever. He is still doing, like, as far as we know, because we're not talking about it now, the border, that's fine. Yeah, you mentioned it, but we don't know what's going on because nobody's fucking talking about it. Yeah, Minnesota's a goddamn blue hellhole of horror, so fuck it. Whatever. Oh, we failed there. Of course. It's fucking Minnesota. Of course we failed there. There was no victory. It's just like invading Iran. There's no victory there. Same goddamn thing. But I think we're still probably winning on the border front. Meanwhile, we don't even talk about the big, beautiful bill anymore, do we? But you know what? That's probably impacted my life more than I ever expected it to. Tax time was fucking phenomenal, and it shouldn't have been for what we had and filed and did and in terms of finances this year, and it was still kick ass. And here in the last like week, my wife, who's in nursing, just told me, hey, guess what, I'm this rank in terms of the healthcare field, and we could apply for this, and I could get for 5 straight years $10 to $12,500 that we wouldn't have to pay back if I commit to staying at my job for the next 5 years. That's inside the big, beautiful bill.
The Trump kid thing, like the thousand
and yes, the health.
If you have
kid,
if you have a new kid, you get a S&P $500,000 fucking account bill. Like that's cool.
That's tremendous. Like there are things, and we don't talk about them because they're not like instantaneously, spontaneously evolving around us immediately. But there are kernels there. That's on the home front. But internationally, it's so fucking vastly different. So
this is the bad part when you talk
this,
politics. We're expanding into all this stuff right now.
But you've got to pick your battles, and you can't can't devote yourself to a guy who does threatens genocide. You just can't. You cannot.
How come?
But here, stateside, I mean, overall, I really am not going to bitch. In terms of international, not a big fan.
Let me comment on a couple of things.
There you go.
Back to Brendan. I think because of the promises that Trump made as he campaigned, I don't give him any credit for building the coalition. He didn't do any of that. I think a lot of groups, because the Biden administration,
I think the coalition built him. Like there was people wanting a coalition.
That's what I'm getting. Yes, I agree with that. Because the Biden era was so bad, people were so motivated, so bad, and then on the back of Trump's promises, everybody around Trump decided to build a coalition. I mean, what we saw,
and they were all like, "Please, have Trump reach out to me, please." Like even Rogan almost seemed like, "Fuck, I hope Trump."
Oh yeah, now mushrooms are cool again.
Yeah, right. But
besides mushrooms are fine, and weed is pretty much.
There's a lot of good stuff that came from that. But Chris, you're
exactly
right. There was almost like a holistic view of this country was like, fuck, all of this sucks.
Yes,
let's all rally around Trump, guys. Let's get together and let's support this guy. And
I think it was the anti-war. Really do. I think it was I would say it was probably 75% just the anti-war thing, because everyone wanted to be done with this stupid bullshit.
It was a lot of that.
He claimed to be done with the Middle East wars, the never-ending wars.
The exit of Afghanistan really was a talking point.
Mm-hmm.
just like a, oh well, he wasn't a mealy mouth bullshit. It was like, no, these regime change wars are fucking stupid. They're idiots.
Well, look at his biggest supporters who made it a point to say over and over and over and all the time, he's the anti-war president. He's President Peace.
Yeah, he never started any new wars.
No new wars. Yep, there you go.
I'm not saying that the anti-war thing wasn't big. I don't know if it was 75%.
It's huge. I think it was a majority. I agree with
It was
Brennan.
huge. It was tremendous.
It was huge.
So
It
good.
was.
It was very big, but think of how tired people were around the social issues and the open border. So I don't know if I'd give 75% to
International's big.
Well,
for me.
to Chris's point, Biden was just that fucking bad.
Correct.
True.
Correct. And listen,
anything would have been better. You could have put my fucking dog up for president, and people would have been rallying
that's
around
right.
him.
That's right. Listen,
I said that about John Kerry though in 2004.
I would
It
assume
was actually a closer election than you think.
Yeah, because
I would
anybody could have done
assume-
it.
I would assume that you guys would agree that the coalition effort and success that we saw around Trump in 2024, I've never seen anything like it in my lifetime. Never. I've never seen a wide coalition building like that ever. And I think it had a little bit to do with Trump because Trump is Trump. He's kind of that kind of figure. He is kind of a unique singular figure.
At that time, he was pretty fun.
Yeah, he's funny. You know, he'd
He
say
had
anything.
John
He used
Jones
to be
doing
funny.
the Trump
Now he's
dance after
creepy.
winning the UFC heavyweight
Right.
title. Like, he had
So
shit
that-
like that going on. It was fun.
So Chicken, that's the point I made a little while ago, which is think about the political capital he had and has had for the most of his
Oh, it's
first year of his
gone.
term, and then he just shit it all out over the last 60 days. It's really like as impressive as the coalition effort, building effort was. That's how also impressive on the bad side is of how you can just destroy that capital so
Yeah.
quickly overnight over this issue.
It
And
doesn't
by
take
the
much.
way, it was a completely, I know you guys would agree with this. This Iran stuff was a completely unforced error, completely.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
to your point, the points you were making, Tony, the bright spots, although we can barely see them, they still exist. And if he
They're
would've-
there, yeah.
there were so many 60, 70, 80% issues that he could have focused on and not done anything that Israel wanted to do and just focused
Right.
domestically. And probably, and this sounds kind of crazy because it's not very common, he might have been able to go into the midterm and picked up seats. All right. If you would have just focused on the 70, 80% issues and just
What I like
What?
What control? Okay, what
And
good
maybe
is
get
controlling
something
3 branches
done?
of the government going to do?
America great again? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
If he would have just
Yes.
focused on that.
yes, just do the shit you
bag
said you
thing.
were going to do. And he could have actually possibly
Oh my
had a
God.
midterm
Oh my
victory.
God, Brendan, that's a great strategy. I should use that in my next. Oh wait, no, I already did that 3 times.
Hold on. I got a phone call. Miriam. Oh, nope. Okay. Miriam, yes, we'll bum Iran. And we're going to win. We're going to win again. We're going to win for the 8th time.
Is that Merriam-Webster?
You want me to ignore all domestic
Miriam
issues and
Adelson.
focus on what Israel
Oh.
wants? Okay.
Okay, whatever you
Well,
want.
okay. So hang on. No, like
Well, and not to
Brendan-
mention that our whole economy is built on this fake AI shit going on right now.
well, yeah, moving forward.
Like,
it's
are you
it's a
guys ready
nightmare.
for a 2008 bubble crash again with
No,
fucking
it's a
all
night.
this
It's nightmare
money?
fuel. This
This is
horrifying.
gonna be bad. I've like dedicated, like, I'm sorry, I've been available a lot in the last like 4 months. I am now my company's like local AI champion. And dude, this is not gonna go well.
terrifying.
Like the
Fucking terrifying.
the shit that I'm working on right now, one, the job losses are fucking like the only reason I think job losses haven't happened is because nobody knows how to fucking deal with the economic fucking outcome that's going to come.
Yes.
My company right now, I can't state who they are or anything, but like could lay off thousands of people
Mass.
instantly right now.
Yeah.
What types of jobs are you anticipating? The ones you're talking about? What areas?
You can
Pretty
do-
wide
well,
range.
Yeah, no,
There's-
I'm assuming, but I'd like to know more about what you're talking about.
white collar, like low professional jobs, white collar work, like
Entry
office
level to white
jobs.
collar. Yeah.
Anything
It doesn't even have to be entry level. Like, dude, like my job, dude, I've already automated my job.
Yeah.
I have automated everything I do every week. Like what used to take me hours and hours every week to do, I get an email every morning on every day of what I used to do, and it's all done for me. Like it's like this is here now. Not everybody knows how to do it, which okay, cool. So that makes me a little bit better than the ones that are probably about to get fired. But I'm gonna get fired too. They're gonna let me fucking go just like everybody else. And I'm just waiting for that ball to drop. Like we saw it happen with how many different companies in the last couple months, and it's small. They're just doing little drops.
Yep.
When it happens, like I'm telling you, like it's going to be massive if they do it. I don't know if they will because I don't know if anybody knows how to keep the economy pumping.
Right.
Like, what do you do?
You can't
with all
chop
of
the
these...
head off that quickly. I think
Like,
they realize that.
Yeah, exactly, Tony. So
you've
like
gotta,
you think
you've
about
gotta
the middle
saw
class.
The head. You can't guillotine it. You got to saw the head.
But chicken.
We've been talking for 15 years about how the middle class has been like being rooted out. That's your white collar jobs.
Yes.
And that middle class, it's like your upper lower class and your lower higher class, like in between that range. Most of that shit's gonna go away because it's really easy to just compute everything and give you outputs that, and you only need it. I can monitor way more. Like I could replace 15 people with the work I can do right now, and I could probably do more if I really put the time into it. But maybe 50 people. I could replace 50 people just by monitoring what I can do with AI right now.
But I want you to list some examples of some types of jobs that'll get eliminated. Some examples.
Data analytics is easily gone. Coding is definitely gone. The data analytics is kind of a wide range one because there's a lot of different things.
That's pretty huge.
Yeah. What do you mean by data analytics?
Well, so that data analytics is you're taking in huge chunks of data and making decisions with it. So that can go from logistics, that can go to sales, that can go into ordering. That
what probability in terms of what you expect?
Inventory
the
control.
Yeah.
You could take it to stock markets, like you take it into purchases, sales, inventory, like all kinds of stuff that businesses have to deal with. Like it's a wide range of shit that you can just.
A lot of people get paid to do that stuff.
Even HR, dude.
Pretend,
HR, like there's a lot of HR stuff you can automate. It's fucking creepy.
If you can have a digital girlfriend, you can have a digital fucking HR director for sure.
Yeah.
Like, so let me ask you a more general AI question. So if I just go on and I use the free version of whatever of Grok or Gemini or Perplexity or Claude or whatever they are, if I just use the one that's free, the free version, it still makes a lot of mistakes. It still misses a lot of stuff. It tons. If I try to generate a free image, it's really not that great.
It's bad.
Yeah. So this is why I'm asking you, Chicken, because it sounds like you may know the answer to this. Am I basically using the Fisher Price version of this?
Yes.
Because the real adult version, it could, if it was making that many mistakes, it couldn't do any of the things you're talking about. So it's got to be.
They teased us with it. They floated it out there a little bit. They let us get a sample of it, and then they took it away and they gave us the fucking moron version.
Yeah, no, I understand your question. So I have a paid version of I do paid Grok, I do paid Gemini, I do paid Chat. So far to my personal preference, Gemini is actually the best. It's the most woke, but it's the best.
And no Claude. You're not using Claude.
I am using Claude on stuff too, and Claude is fucking amazing on coding. Holy shit!
Right, that's what I've heard.
That one blows my mind. But with like everyday, so I'll give you an example. I got a phone call with a 5-day notice that, hey, I need you to come to this city to give a presentation to all these senior managers of the company about this topic. Now, I have a ton of knowledge about the topic, but like I didn't know how to put it into a presentation. I didn't know how to do it. I literally grabbed every PDF document I could find, threw it into Gemini, and said, make me a PowerPoint presentation that's going to last 30 minutes to high-level executives. Pumped it out to me, gave me a script to read, and it was smarter than anything I could have fucking come up with.
And it took you how long?
That's crazy.
It took me about
30
7
seconds?
minutes. 7 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I gave that exact presentation, fucking nailed it. And like my VP was like fucking high-fiving me at the end of it because he loved it so much. I was like, dude, I did no work.
Yeah.
Like I just read that shit. Like,
But that's not new in the world of the white collar industry.
I'm
Okay. Like,
no, but
Yeah.
here's the deal. I look around at my peers right now. They're not doing this.
Right.
They are not this deep into it. It's the people that are like fucking like actually digging into this right now that are getting the kudos for it. I'm one of 11 people in my like greater area, and all of them are looking at me like, what the fuck is that? They're so lost.
So I've got my own
And
example.
I'm not that great at it. Like like a 1 to
Don't have
10,
to
I'm
be.
like a 5. They're all still at 1 and 2. Like, dude, there's 10s out there that are going to get rid of me.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you my own example of what you just described. So if it comes around, I could pick up the biggest piece of business in my entire 30-year career. And I did the exact same thing. I went to a buddy of mine that I'm going to partner up with on it. And he goes, well, hey, let's just sit down and throw this into, I think he might have used Chat. He either used Chat or Gemini. And we just like you did, just went and did some brief research, threw it in there, said, put together this, again, a presentation that we had to show to a potential client, ripped it all out. We looked at each other. We're like, that's really good, actually.
It's fucking great.
And we gave it to our graphics team to kind of polish it up a little bit, just visually, but not from a content perspective, and then fired it off to the potential client. And in 2 weeks, they're going to have a meeting and let us know if we're going to have the business. Like a giant piece of business where you might have said, hey, that's really reckless for you to go about it that way. But the answer is no, it's not. It's actually the most effective
it
and most
worked.
way to do it. And it's
Fast,
probably going to
effective.
work.
Yep.
And it's
First
probably
in,
gonna
best
work.
dressed.
Yes.
Wait. So hang on. So this is you've essentially explained over the last like 5 to 10 minutes why Trump entered Iran. He asked the free version of Grok what moves he needed to make, and he's like, Grok said, "Yeah, no, Israel, they'll totally be subservient to you.
BB's gonna listen
This is
to
the
me.
best target.
He's not gonna break ceasefire deals.
You're like,
Here's what you need
idiot,
to
you should pay for the
do."
$30 version.
So
Yeah.
so no,
Exactly.
Tony,
No,
you're
art of the deal,
Tony,
Chris.
Tony.
Art of the deal. You don't
Tony, you're
pay for that.
absolutely right.
Yeah, the
So
art of the deal.
this is a scenario. So like when I code with Claude, because I've been doing a lot of coding for work lately too. I'm making dashboards and all these weird pages. But what Claude will do is it forgets some things sometimes, and you're like, whatever you do not do this.
Mm.
And so, like, if I said whatever
The
you
negative
do
prompt.
not
you
trust
can't forget the
BB.
negative prompt.
Yeah. So if I put the negative prompt, whatever you do not trust BB, he will violate the ceasefire. Now I want you to figure out a way to win with Iran. And then it'll be like, here's how you win with Iran, but it totally forgets that BB prompt.
Oh,
And then goes,
we
look at
bombed
this
a
solution.
school.
And then you're like, all right, I won the war. And then all of a sudden, BB interferes and ruins your ceasefire. And you're like, God damn it, Claude. I fucking told you, make sure there's a clause
Yeah.
in there that fucking keeps BB's thoughts and process here. Like they're not going to fuck. That's how I feel with that's how I feel with AI right
intervened
now.
And you bombed
No,
the school.
Yeah, no, it's all Claude. Claude doesn't listen to you. Claude's a dick.
So
He sounds like.
Claude called me a pussy the other day on my work computer. It was funny.
Well, I mean, he's right, but I mean,
yeah, I mean, I'm glad it finally at least a computer algorithm had the balls.
even
to say
AI noticing.
Claude's
Okay.
awesome.
Hang
I
on.
love
Okay,
Claude.
so we had the AI tangent. Hang on. Now, I want to ask Brennan specifically this because I think this is important.
Oh.
When we were talking about the election and what got Trump elected, I know it's huge for me in terms of
You mean huge or huge?
huge
Mega
with
huge.
a Y.
Giant.
Huge.
Okay.
Huge.
Just to clarify.
we talk about all the time how important it is. Why can't we refocus on domestic things? And I, for the first time in probably months, did try to focus on some of the things he did do domestically here, as opposed to what he did internationally. But when it was election time, like the things that he did do that are finally unfolding now that are quiet versus what he's done internationally, what was more important to you back in 2024 when it was election time, when it was Kamala versus Trump? Like, was it the horrible things that might happen internationally that we were afraid of her doing versus what he could do domestically? Because that's how I felt, if I'm going to be honest. It was the fear of what she would unleash internationally versus what he could do domestically. And maybe I was misguided a bit in that thought process, but I thought, well, he's done a pretty good job in the past of not getting us into new wars or not engaging in conflicts that we didn't need to. I still feel like she would have done not a better job, especially domestically and probably not internationally, but I'm very disappointed internationally. But I can't, like, there are things I don't like, but there are things I do like domestically. So where would you, if you have to rank these things versus then and versus now?
Well, okay, so I guess first off, I did not vote for Trump, and
No, because you voted for a
You
more
voted for
important
Kamala.
candidate. No,
Yeah. of course,
no, don't. That's not even a joke. Can't. No, I won't let that fly. Don't even joke about that. Although I did try to joke about that.
right in Phil KUE and Tony G.
Yes, it's a true story.
It's true. I did actually. Because that's how much I think my vote actually matters. So, ultimately, I do think that Kamala and the Democratic Party was really flirting with, well, okay. I think this is due somewhat because of the rhetoric of the Trump campaign and excuse me, and the Kamala campaign, right? Like the Democrat campaign. I shouldn't say the Kamala campaign. There was a Democrat campaign. So
Yeah.
there was an anti-war sentiment with the Republicans in the Trump campaign. So in the other, it was the status quo. So
Yes, there you go.
me-
That's a good way to put it.
So for me, that was the danger. The danger was like, these people are going to lead us to World War III, whereas this person actually has a track record of, okay, they didn't get us into new wars. They kind of continued the wars that were going, but they didn't start any new ones. So I feel like, okay, well, there's that. So we can kind of just be like, okay, like, so I knew the Democrats for sure. That's just, well, I don't think I've ever voted for a Democrat, and I don't think I ever will.
They don't make it easy.
No. But so that was my realm of thinking. As far as domestically goes, like, obviously the immigration thing that was like that was the biggest thing. The biggest thing going at the time. So anyone that was willing to shut down the border, but me personally, I don't know. I just I couldn't pull the trigger for Donald Trump. I just couldn't do it. So
It still felt gross. And that was the thing. I totally get it, but that, like I said, that was totally me in 2020. I'm like, I don't need to vote for Trump, although I know he's a better option than Joe Biden. And then I went, fuck, I should have, even if it didn't matter in the long scheme of things. I felt like I should have, but I guess overall, is it like, because you got to think about the time frame. So not 2020, but like 2024. Was it more important to refocus on domestic issues or international? Because for me, like international, I felt like I didn't have to worry about international with Donald Trump because I thought it was going to be a focus on domestic versus a Joe Biden where we knew it was going to be bad, and I knew it was going to be a continuation of it with Kamala Harris. I knew domestic was going to be bad, and I felt like international was going to be bad. So it was a double trouble thing where, like, at least I'm getting, I know for sure internationally Trump is going to be anti-war. And like you said, Chris, like, we did a 180, but here we are now. So how do you prioritize that?
You can promise to shut down those wars, but they're still happening. The United States is in charge of both, the Gaza thing and the Ukraine thing. And the problem with that was, like, I was cautiously optimistic that Trump was going to stop those things. He said he was going to do it day one, and actually before, when he got the primary, and he got technically elected, he was already, like, his team was already there trying to set things up. So I was cautiously optimistic that was actually going to happen, but in the same respect, I had no optimism whatsoever that the Democrat Party and Kamala Harris was ready to end either one of those. None at all. None at all. So
yeah, I voted for Donald Trump. I've never voted for Donald Trump. It's always been a defensive vote. I mean, I actually was convinced that as ridiculous of a candidate as Kamala Harris was, that somehow the machine was going to get her elected. And I was like, well, if my vote matters at all, and I live in Texas, so really it doesn't. But I was like, I'm going to go just in case it matters, just defensively, because I don't really like Donald Trump that much. But like you said, Tony, the Biden administration was such a disaster. I was like, it can't get worse than that. And if he does any of the stuff that he says, like, that's better. I just want to play a tiny part of hopefully preventing Kamala Harris from getting elected. That's what I was doing.
I've been making that point probably since 2004. And I said this earlier, because I made this joke 22 years ago. I said, you could have put a monkey out in a suit and it would have gotten the same amount of votes as John Kerry, because nobody was voting for John Kerry. They were voting against George Bush.
Correct.
Yeah,
and
in same respect,
I feel like we've never exited that era. Like, you're not voting for someone, even if you think you are passionate about that person, you're more than likely voting against the other person more often than not.
That's right. Well, in the last 25 or 30 years, that's certainly true.
And
the other thing, my
wait,
theory,
are you telling me people didn't like John McCain?
Okay, that's the best example. Here's the best part. I forgot he was a candidate till you just said that right there. There you go.
Yeah, I always forget about him until somebody brings him up. The other thing I was going to say is my theory will always be regarding the Iran war is that I think Donald Trump still thinks he's the peace president, and that he did the Venezuela thing in 12 hours or whatever. And he thought that, listen, if Iran would have gone, and of course he's an idiot for even thinking this for a moment, but in his mind, he was going to go in and murder the Ayatollah. The people were going to rise up. There'd be this triumphant regime change. And then in 72 hours, he would have taken over the Middle East. Like, he would have turned over the Middle East and been this massive hero. Now, obviously, he's a complete moron for thinking that and for getting talked into that. But I think he thought, I'm going to do in 3 days, I'm going to do in Iran what I did in 12 hours in Venezuela. So, and then I can claim to be I brought peace to the Middle East. I really do think that that's what he thinks. And here we are in the middle of it.
There's this romanticizing of what Iran used to be back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, when they were more of an American culture before the revolution. And I really think a lot of elites have this romanticized view that those people will rise up and take the country back, but those people have been eliminated. So culture changes don't happen overnight. Culture changes take a long time to form, and you have to plant a lot of seeds and change a lot of things, like whether it's a small change or a big change. That's a big change. If you want to see Iran turn into what it was back in the 60s,
50 years ago,
it's going to take some time. And that's not like, you have to completely divorce everybody of everything they've known for the last 50 years. That you can't do that overnight. You can't do that by killing one guy and say, there you go, guys, take it back. No, they have plans if that guy gets killed. Like this, like they're not that dumb. This is so silly.
Well, that's why I'm characterizing this and the other things that he said he was going to do and hasn't as a massive betrayal. However, I would qualify that by saying if you could get a very honest and transparent Trump, I don't think he would agree with me because
I don't think
he did it on purpose. I think he just didn't have an understanding of how this would actually play out. That's my point. I don't think he thinks that he betrayed everybody. I think about 3 days in, when it didn't work, he
probably thinks he was doing the right thing. Yeah,
I don't know.
That's my point. So what I'm saying is, hang on, Brendan. I think about a few days in, he had a massive holy shit moment when he realized, oh my gosh, Lindsey Graham and Netanyahu talked me into this, and they're the ones that betrayed him because he believed them. But so either way, it doesn't look good on Trump because he got fooled. He's a moron. He didn't listen to how it would actually play out.
Again.
So that's my interpretation of things. That's why I don't think, Tony, I think those other possible theories are interesting and they're possible. And Chicken, you said maybe he's captured. That's possible. But I think the more obvious, the more likely explanation is what I've explained. I just think.
If anybody's listening to that gay transvestite from South Carolina, Lindsey Graham, and doing any policy decision on that, I'm sorry.
But that was what happened to Donald Trump that resulted in us going.
I'm a game cow.
Is one of the most masterful manipulations ever ever. Like, he really got manipulated because they knew exactly what to appeal to and what buttons to push, and it worked perfectly. And that's what happened. That's why we're in Iran.
Brendan, I'm so proud of you. I used to fight to get you to do 45 minutes to 60 minutes on an episode. Here we are at an hour and 52 minutes almost.
That's amazing.
Ready to listen. I'm ready to end it right now. Yeah. I agree, but also I think the donors have something big into it. If Miriam just says, like, you do what BB tells you to fucking do, and that's that, then he just goes along to get along. Now, I mean, he doesn't seem to have any power. He tells Israel to stop, and they don't stop. So
okay,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't.
No, Brendan. That's what I was explaining earlier. I think that's the other. So that's the other part of my explanation of it, is that's the emperor has no clothes thing. Like, he has no power. He has no influence. He doesn't have influence with his donors. He doesn't have influence with Israel. He doesn't have influence with other foreign powers of any kind, either in the Western world or the Middle East or South America. Because
there's no longevity, and he's about to get trounced in the midterms.
But even aside from that, like
midterms are going to be great.
Part of who Donald Trump is that he wields, he thinks that he wields this power and this influence and his personality and the art of the deal bullshit and all this stuff. And none of it's all a facade. It's all the emperor has no clothes. Like that applies here. Like that's why I put that in our chat is that and of course Phil disagreed, but I was like, he's getting art of the deal. Like that book's been out for 40 years. Everyone's read the book. They know how it works. And Iran's turned the tables on him. All they had to do was close the. Are you kidding me? All they had to do
was put it into Grok and say, "How should I respond to Trump?" And Grok will give a better answer.
Yeah, and Grok said, "Just close the Strait of Hormuz." That's that. And I used the analogy in the chat. I was like,
"That's good. I'll close it. I'll open it. I'll reopen it. I'll reclose it. I'll claim victory 6 times. Everybody will love me." Alex Jones will say I'm the best. Tucker Carlson will suck my dick. Megyn Kelly, she loves me. She's tremendous. I love her. Oh, wait, they all hate me? Low IQ. Low IQ. Horrible people. Never needed them. Terrible people. Traitors.
Libertarians are retards.
Yep, retards.
Right.
Never liked them.
That was just
It's just terrible. Traitors. Not good Americans.
They rushed
was
JD Vance out of that goddamn banquet faster than me. I don't understand.
They took
the way
him out. They
protected
took him out before they took me. I mean, there it is. They want to kill me.
That was the other thing that I put in the chat that Phil pushed back on. Was I said what seems to be happening to me is you have this David and Goliath thing where obviously Iran's David and we're the big American military, and all they had to do was pinch the little nerve on his shoulder, which is the straight of our moves, and all of a sudden nobody can do anything. Nobody could do anything. It set the whole world on fire, and all this
we're the ultimate kick in the balls.
We're at such a stalemate with Iran.
It wasn't even a kick in the balls. It was a finger in the asshole. Like when you're like wrestling with somebody on the ground.
Yes, that's right. That's exactly
you're
right,
like wrestling with somebody on the ground, and somebody just knuckles you right in the in the fucking asshole. You're like, ooh, like that's
you're
what
like,
happened.
ooh.
And a 100-pound guy could do that to a 250-pound guy, and that's all it takes. That's all it takes. It's over.
Chris, I
was
think
your
we just
lover.
learned a lot about your defense tactics right there in the last 10 seconds. Like, I've been in 3 fights. I've gone to a stalemate with all 3 because
and I took down 250-pound men. 250-year-old men.
It was a single knuckle.
Listen.
One knuckle.
Listen. For a minute, Dr. Chicken, you go first.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
We're ending this. We're done.
Brendan's done. Thanks for tuning in, folks.
I gotta wake up and actually go to work in the morning. Let's do this.
Me too. I get it.
Go.
No. This was
stuff in AI and then go back to sleep.
You shut
shut your whore mouth.
Hey, you spent 15 minutes explaining it. I'm just repeating it.
Let's go.
So good.
Anyway, this was super fun. I'm glad to be on, guys. This is I'm sorry I probably made this episode longer.
No, this is amazing.
No. Fantastic night. I appreciate it's been a while since I've been on. Thanks for having me. As always, appreciate you guys. Love you, and look forward to future episodes that I can drag out for 2 hours.
Hell yeah. Toph, you're up.
Well, thanks to my good friend Tony G. You can find me at Linktree/GravityBeard because listen, that website's never going to happen. However, I will say this. Trey Hodge. I'm referring to Real Estate Raconteurs. The show is launched. We're gonna post the 4th episode this week. It's been,
sweet. I love it. I can endorse it. Tony G endorses it. I love it. I've listened to every episode.
Have you really? Oh, thank you. Okay. Yeah. So it doesn't have a huge audience. None of my projects ever have. But the people that have listened have reached out to me and said that they really like it. And one person actually reached out that I think is really well connected.
Go.
What?
I said 1 minute. Let's go. I'm telling you. I said 3 minutes.
Okay.
Let's go. Spin it up.
All right. I'm just saying another person promised a website. That's all I was getting at.
Okay.
I have a second website promise. In the meantime, go to Linktree/GravityBeard. And thank you for listening to the show.
Oh, fuck. Just go to Linktree/Tony the Rod. I've got so many amazing, sexy, beautiful, tremendous, incredible, awesome, intelligent things. Linktree/Tony the Rod.
Tell us more, Tony.
No, I can't. There's no time. There's no time.
No, there's time. Tell us more.
There's not time. Linktree/Tony the Rod. Big Bucking Empire, Dog and Chicken Show, KOE Nation, used to be a wrestling podcast, Dark Side of the Fringe, but most importantly, Dark Side of the Fringe and Dad's Worldwide, because they are the most current. There you go. Linktree/Tony the Rod.
You got 2 more minutes. Go. Keep going. You got 2 more minutes, Tony. Go.
No, Brendan, finish it. Finish it.
Fucking face. Hate mail at dadsww.com. And of course, we will make you laugh and make you cry most certainly, somehow, some way. Try to make it better, Brand. Thank you for listening. You fucking hate you people.
We love you too, buddy.